No, I was just gonna ask you like basic questions, like how long has the restaurant been around? In the 1890s. What kind of stuff have you guys seen? And then what else? Just like things like that.
Yeah, they were saying you've done tours with other people before. Or kind of helped with. Yeah, anything happened during any of those?
No, there was a college crew making a documentary, and their topic was ghost hunting.
Yeah.
So they were filming what else is going on, and so they were part and going through that as well. So just quite a bustling people and things like that. That bustle people.
So what were some of the stories that you've heard from like the other employees?
Things like in the kitchen, like skillets were rattling around or swaying, as if somebody had raised their hand and walked by and sort of swatted them all.
Yeah.
The spigots would be, it's usually a press button or so, but it's sort of flashing on and off as if, And then certain oven doors, which we don't have those oven doors anymore. Those ovens would be open or closed or open and closing.
Right.
I don't know. Some people, I guess, can be more sensitive, and they talk about, other than the hair on their arms pricking up, and they feel somebody kind of tugging at their sleeves.
Yeah.
One thing is true, though. Like, I guess it's probably any place where, you become susceptible to things. You start hearing your name more often. You're turning and looking, and there's nobody around to see, or maybe nobody's calling, looking for your attention.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's all old stories, glasses breaking, in the Carlotta room, or rolling across a table, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, a few of the patrons actually came up to us while we were there, and it said that they've had stuff happen on the outside of the place too.
Really?
Like around that little wrought iron gate with that little show house is kind of like on the outside right after the front door. Yeah, I had somebody stop and give us their little story about that. So apparently it's not just the restaurant itself. Apparently it might be just be the area.
I know Posta has some peculiar things happening too, and there's no particular story behind any visitation or whatever you want to call it, a visit of sorts. But
yeah,
it is quite old. But then again, if you think about history, this is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of nice artifact and things like that, but you think about New Mexico only being, in statehood 100 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of things were happening even before it became a state, too.
Right, correctly so.
Yeah, El Paso's been around for a while.
But not like thousands of years. I mean, of course, it's been in existence, but underwater or what have you, but human civilization's not. I guess even that one.
Yeah, there's been some Indian reservations in the area and things like that.
It's more fun. I guess it's more for, in my opinion, it's more for the allure for the restaurant, and it's all more for customers. The bartender who was talking earlier was talking about a glass sliding across a table or so, and I actually like to get semi-melted, and get a flat cup glass and put it on a table and watch it slide. And,
oh yeah.
Oh, we're really doing it, or sometimes
Oh, it's really easy to do actually if you just have the table wet. You just stick it down and it'll slide on its own. I do that at my house all the time just to be funny, but. I mean, do you guys ever have like any people that eat here say anything happened? Do you ever get somebody stop you and say, hey, is this place haunted because I didn't hear about it or something like that?
No, and I think most people come in and say, which one's a haunted room? Or
so they hear about it ahead of time.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. I mean, I never even stepped in before I started working here. And then I was always told, so I wanted to find out more things. And when I first started, I was more eager about it and really wanted something more. And I still kind of want it. But after a while, you just kind of, I guess it's...
Things don't happen every day, so it kind of gets in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I guess it's work, I guess, and it's a good place to work.
So anything personally happened to you, though?
Well, one time when I was busting that place up, getting it back and set up and whatever, I had to move chairs and things like that, and I thought I had done it. Maybe I didn't do what I thought I had done. So it was undone and moved around as well, and just again, and of course, it kind of freaked me out a bit.
It kind of sticks in your mind, like, did I actually do that or not? And,
right.
Yeah. Seems like that's how a lot of things tend to happen. You're not even entirely sure if it even happened in the first place. You're just like, that's really odd.
And I want to see why I would leave without doing this, and then there it's all just disarray, I guess. You're like, wait, but what?
Yeah, I've already kind of noticed that about the restaurant, just walking around. It seems like everybody kind of cleaned everything up, but even after walking around, I still noticed a lot of things really out of place. And I always wondered, like, did anybody just happen to not see that? Like, there's like a napkin laying on the ground outside the bathrooms, and I've seen like little plastic things kind of sitting around. Just kind of wondering if those things were moved or if they just kind of got forgotten.
Let's see if they stick around the whole time. If not, we'll pick them up on the way out.
Yeah, that or hopefully we get some on camera getting it moved. That would be nice.
Yeah, but
Kind of already had kind of a personal experience myself, just trying to set up one of the cameras in that little center area right outside the ballroom. Just walking across, it felt like something like had caught on my shirt as I was walking. Like it stopped me. It actually pulled on my shirt, and at first I was like, I hit a chair, but I was like, if I would have hit a chair, I would have probably pulled the chair.
Right.
So I thought that was really strange, and it actually made all the hair on my body stand up once it happened. So I thought that was kind of odd. But yeah, like you said, I can't even be entirely sure if it was just accidental, something happened, I didn't even notice it, or if it really was an experience. That's what tends to happen a lot. They always tend to be like kind of personal experiences that you can't really prove. They're just kind of something that sticks out in your mind. So do you know if anything has ever happened here besides the murders from back whenever this was somebody's home? Like anybody ever, like car accidents in the area, or somebody die kind of locally? Or heard any stories of like suicides, or just tend to be like, is there like sort of like an odd aura of bad luck around here?
No, I would say no. I don't really know so much about car accidents. I think we would know if there were any suicides in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of anybody
Like
who's worked here.
since you've been working here, has anything happened like the areas around, like some of the other shops? Cops got called? Anything in particular? Not really.
Nothing out of the ordinary that would kind of, a bad energy of sorts. I don't terribly think so. I do know, but I'm not too terribly sure that whenever one of the cooks had passed away a few weeks back,
Mm-hmm.
we had a truck shipment that was coming in for alcohol. Whether this really happened, I mean, I imagine it probably did. But there was a rollover, and the truck had rolled over, and I believe the driver had died as well over the same weekend. And I forget, I guess outside of Glenwood. I forget what that, TRC, outside TRC.
Mm-hmm.
But within the same weekend, whenever,
Yeah.
it's a friend of ours had passed. Somebody who'd worked here half of his life anyway, or whatever.
Yeah, that sometimes happens, that people don't always haunt their homes or where they died. Sometimes they go back to somewhere that they're familiar with. So, I mean, anything weird happened since?
No.
No?
It's still too early to make the joke, though.
Too soon.
Right.
Yeah, talking with some of the other people that work here, it seems like very few people ever have anything particularly happen to them. It always seems to be stories. So it'd be really interesting to find out throughout this night if we actually do get anything to back those up, or if they actually end up just being stories.
Have you guys filmed here before? Or?
No, not here at this
Searched
location. No. Actually, this is my first time doing anything in Las Cruces. I don't know if any of the other guys have, but mostly we've gone around El Paso, or just the areas like immediately outside of El Paso. Like we have one place over in Clint that we go to a lot, and like a few areas that are just outside the city limits, like the underground bus that supposedly I always thought it was a story. They were like, yeah, some guy kidnapped a bus full of kids and buried it, and then set it on fire with them still in it, and then built his house on top of it. I was like, that's fucked up. That can't be real. And then they actually brought me out to the site. There's literally a foundation slab with pillars, because there used to be a house there, but it got burnt down. It actually was there recently, and somebody burned it down recently. And
the house down?
Yeah, they because it's been abandoned for a while, and I guess some people were just compelled to burn the place down. But there's a square hole right in the dead center of it, and you can go down in there, and there's actually a real bus with everything charred out on the inside. I thought it was just a story until I've been there myself.
I've never even heard that yet.
Oh yeah.
Is that in El Paso, or is that outside?
It's just outside of El Paso. If you take Montana, go way out of town, there's some road you turn off of, and it's a few miles up that way. Honestly, you probably wouldn't find it unless you knew where it was at, or somebody showed you, because it's not. There's no markers around the area.
I have one question for you. How does Billy the Kid correlate to the double eagle?
Well, people like heroes, and I think he's more so villainized than he is as a hero. When you think of, in circumstance, when New Mexico was looking for statehood, or so I don't know if they could believe in. Obviously, I'm telling more story on him or so, but they really could not. They really know if they could really trust New Mexico, because of the stories of Billy the Kid, what have you. The only thing he really has anything to do with the Double Eagle would just be when he was tried to hang at the courtroom close by. So he's drawn there, and I believe just because he's located he's recorded as being here at one point or another in time. when they were collecting the artifacts for the place, museum quality like things. That's why they picked up the pardon, the authentic pardon for some murder, pardon for one way. It's kind of like illegible like penmanship. You can't really read it through and through, but it does have his name on it, whether he signed it or signed for somebody else signed for him. But for the Double Eagle, nothing really.
So it's more local history, not necessarily.
Right.
Okay.
I guess it made a
So
big
it's more
round.
the iconicism of the town versus
Yeah.
actually
Well, or
the
just the area, because he was. Yeah.
to this building.
Yeah, summed it up better than I did.
In your opinion, do you think we'll find something tonight?
In my opinion, I'm hopeful.
Hopeful.
I don't terribly know. I mean, I would like to. I mean, it's funny when people ask about things. Have you ever seen it? Because that's often a question. Do you see? Have you anything ever happened to you? Do you see things? I'd like to have a story. Finally, one of the bartenders, who's I guess been here 8-9 years or so, has a few things to tell. I don't know really any of his stories, but I've heard him talking to people about certain things and what have you. But again, those are stories that would not be my experience.
Okay. Yeah, sounds
But I
good.
hope so, though. I hope you do find something and well worth your time. And I guess I'm getting paid, so it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Minimum wages, what minimum wages.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Off the top of my head.
All right, well,
You give us permission to record you, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
All right, so
Okay.
let's conclude the interview and let's go ahead and go in and investigate and see what we can find tonight, and hopefully we can give him a story to, so he can share with the people that come and eat.
all right. Everybody ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
I saw it. That's awesome.
Oh, the black cat.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Thank you. Oh man. Hey, nobody's in here, right? Saw somebody run across the mirror.
Yeah, I saw it too. Yeah, I want to hear more about the rich too.
Look. The hell? Glass?
Is that glass?
Yeah, there's glass.
Yeah, there's some little kind of over here too.
I know one of the bartenders actually dropped it. So the wine glass.
There's one right next to your foot, right there.
Oh,
Right there, too.
There's little pieces.
There's pieces of glass like everywhere.
So be careful, guys.
See, look, turn it. We get light on it.
Yeah, but there's no
Oh yeah.
feed.
I mean, yeah. Well, we'll check it again. So maybe it came back.
All right, so let's start killing lights. Let's start killing
You good?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the key to that door.
Oh, need a light.
No, I can feel it, but I don't feel it. Well, I do have a hole in my pocket. I would have felt it in my knee, but later. Where is this? That's not cool at all.
Want to go check outside, see if it dropped out there?
I think so.
Don't see it anywhere.
I had it in my shirt pocket when we first gave it to me when I unlocked the door. What the hell?
Would you like to sit down on one of the tables in here, maybe?
I highly doubt it. I guess when we turn the lights back on, I'll find it. That's weird. No. I know I've misplaced the exhaust.
So we can check in here, see if at some point you might have accidentally left it on the table and didn't even realize it.
Well, I used it to unlock the door when we came out. And
So
then...
somewhere in the, like this little 15-foot radius, it's got to be here.
Oh, I don't see where else it would go. It's not a little lever, is it? No? I don't know now. So we didn't go back in?
I think it might have accidentally fallen inside your pack of cigarettes or something.
That's where I'm looking at.
Huh. Weird. Plus, you would have heard it if you would have dropped it.
I would have felt it in my leg too. Like there.
Ha! Hide it in your sock.
Thank you for waiting out.
Yeah, no problem.
That little storage room there is kind of weird too.
The back storage area? Yeah, I went back there earlier. I didn't kind of get much of a feeling, but so far my only experience happened just right over that way. When I was trying to set up that old camera back in the corner. Alright, we're gonna kill all the lights in here.
Check again. What's on? Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Lights up.
Lights out. Make sure your walking areas.
All right, I was gonna roll with you walking,
Alright.
so if you see something, I got
Okay.
Hey,
extra IR.
behind this bar, we're gonna put a proximity meter all the way down that hole, so walk through here.
Okay. Did you see that?
What?
It was down on the camera 4, something big and bright just kind of flew across the screen, brighter than a...
I keep seeing that too, like something's floating.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll see dust, but what I saw was really fast and was bright.
Yeah, it's like shooting. Like
Yeah.
light.
Like somebody scanned the whole room with the thermal.
I'm not even seeing it right now.
Where's Brian? Right here. How do you turn off this long fan?
You want to turn it off? I might have to just
This light would be really awesome if you could get this light off.
Probably still is. There's probably higher up. And it looks like it's still in there.
Alright, so let's set up a recorder over here. And let's set up a recorder in the back.
He's just gonna unscrew it. Okay, that's